How can you practice intentional rest? Okay, so how do we make this practical? Here are a few ways you can start. Schedule rest like an appointment. Don't wait for free time. Put it in your calendar. Guard it the way you would a meeting with your boss. Digital detox. Take intentional breaks from screens. Even a few hours unplugged can reset your nervous system. Micro rests daily. It doesn't always need to be a full day. Rest can look like stepping outside for 10 minutes, taking a mindful breath, or pausing before you rush into the next task. Sabbath rhythm. Set aside one day a week or even half a day to stop working, to delight, to worship, to enjoy. Rest as connection. Spend time with people who refresh your soul. Rest doesn't always mean being alone. It means engaging in what restores you. Rest your mind. Journal, meditate, pray. Let your thoughts settle. Rest your body. Sleep is not negotiable. Prioritize it. Nourish your body with proper rhythms of movement and stillness. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's intention. It's learning to live from rest, not just collapse into it when burnout hits.